The housing market is just absolutely cooked, and especially in low cost of living areas, if there is such a thing anymore ever since COVID and remote work. So I don't get why people aren't going more crazy over this. I go out all the time, and everyone is still acting like it's a completely normal world out there. And here I am struggling with multiple jobs now, almost forced over to YouTube, but I've wanted to do this for a while as well. So it's kicking me into high gear, right? But I got multiple jobs. I'm on YouTube now. I'm investing, and I just see people out there spending like crazy, and a lot of it's renters. How? Where's all the money coming from? I mean, I'm older. I've had some wealth adding up, and stupidly, I sold a home a couple years ago. That's the biggest blunder. So, but we're not going to talk about that one. We're going to talk about how that wouldn't have happened mattered anyway if this market wasn't absolutely freaking oh my god, it's disgusting. So I don't know what I'm missing, and maybe someone else can tell me. I know there's probably some people moving from other areas that have money, but overall, where I'm looking in a lot of low cost of living areas, the population's actually dropping. So there's more people dying or moving out than moving in, and that's not helping the homes become cheaper. Not to mention the insane left and right, all over. Do you know where all the brand new housing and apartments go? For seniors. And so, unfortunately, a lot of the seniors, they're in their homes for a long time. The families are all split up. They're alone. They can't take care of the house. They run out of money, and they move into a nice brand new senior home. And then, what are we left with? A dilapidated home that's in needs of all kinds of repairs, and some of that stuff you can't fix. There's more and more people that have this chemical smell sensitivity, or they're going to be moldy or smoked in, especially in low cost of living areas. The housing stock's old, smoked in, moldy, disgusting. Those are going to be other videos in the future, but that stuff kills me. Not to mention old people smell, which is usually just bacteria and mold, honestly. That's gotten to them. But I'm going to show some examples as I'm going through the video, just to show a low cost of living area, what's been going on. I mean, I know people in one of these, I'm in one of them, and, our pay hasn't gone up. It's gone up 2-3%. If you're a good employee, a lot of these corporations, they'll give you the extra 1%. None of that is anywhere near inflation. So what can you do? It's job hop. Like, you're basically forced to. But what if you're a parent? What if you're just starting out? What if you got medical issues? You need those benefits, right? So you're trapped there. You're getting rent trapped because you can't rent and save for a home at the same time. The rent's going up constantly. There's all kinds of complaints on every single forum I've seen complaining about rent. So what's left? What I'm seeing now on a lot of forums is people are going to the stock market to gamble, basically. That's almost what you're doing in a lot of situations. There's the smart ways, but what are you going to do? Put your money in bonds and make less than 4%? Treasury bills, if you're saving for a home, less than 4%. So you put it in a high yield savings and hope you get 3.5% some of these. And then what? Inflation's well over 3.5%, not to mention housing inflation, especially in the low cost of living areas. So one quick example, it's not posted yet because they're still in negotiations, but Now, I tried to buy a home in an area where these are really, really small homes and not in the best of shape and 50, 60 years old. The last couple back in November, December, they were selling for 230 to 280. 280 was a good one. 230 needed a lot of work, is moldy and smoked in. And that's what they sold for. So a new one came up, and it was move-in ready, except it's backed up to a graveyard, which I figured wouldn't work for a lot of people. Is one floor is 1,200 square foot, which fine. That's the type of stuff I'm looking for. A lot of us are, whatever we can afford, right? And that sold for over 350. Whereas, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, they were selling 230 to 280. What kind of an inflation is that? How can you compete with that? It does not matter how many jobs you have at that point, unless you're rich. Even then, you buy that home and you feel like a freaking sucker. But is it worth it to get the homes at this point? Then you don't know if it's going to crash. Then you got the over 6% interest rate. So what exactly happened? Well, the government happened. I'm going to leave it there. There's a million videos on what happened. I'm going to make a few more actually about what other people aren't talking about. Man, it all ties back to the family as well. But the government is probably the biggest cause of all of this. It started before COVID. It's just like some the tech on the stock market. It's skyrocketing. The homes are going up in price just like a bubble in the stock market. Like these AI stocks, like the semiconductors. It's unbelievable. I know I'm not the only one out there. It's frustrating. So, I don't know. Comment, share, subscribe. But genuinely, if I could say that better, genuinely would love to hear more in the comments. I mean, is anyone making it work? Or what is actually happening? Are rich people moving to the low cost of living areas and buying more than one home? Is it investors? I mean, I think it's a lot of it, right? But then, has anyone made it work? Multiple jobs, side hustles, are any actually good? The last thing I want to say about this is family. If you're in one of these areas where the housing's just exploding and your kids want to move on, you have kids, right? And they want to move on. They're 18 or older and they want housing. What are they going to do? They're going to probably be getting minimum wage or close. They're not going to have a pocket of savings in years of wealth. How can they possibly compete? How are they even going to get a loan? I have no idea. Now I know a lot of us, we didn't get a home right away either, but it took a while to build up. But I don't think they're building up anymore. Not with how much college costs, how much the cars cost. Even if you're rooming with 4 or 5 people, how? I just don't get it. I'm going to end the rant there, but thank you for listening. Subscribe. Unless you hate me and want me to suffer.